Welcome to the Brian and
and Mason
podcast.
podcast. Perfect.
Bam.
All right, Brian, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing great, man.
I see you cleared out
Very
some more of the
excited.
background.
We are getting the studio together. Eventually, we're gonna look like a real podcasting studio. We're gonna get
Nice.
real up our own butts. I'm thinking leather armchairs, rich mahogany.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to
As
look
soon as we
into
get those
that.
sponsors in.
I'm hanging out in a black hole over here. I'm just chilling out. Getting sucked off by space all the time, dude.
Do you have your effect on, or are you just sitting in front of a sad green curtain?
Yeah, sad green curtain.
All right, great. It's like, I know what we're seeing. I don't want to ruin the Hollywood magic, but the fans at home may be just seeing you sitting in front of a not entirely green screened background. You kind of got a corner
Yeah, I'm
exposed
just
over there
I'm just
too.
floating. No, it's cropped in, so they can't see that.
Oh,
Stop
they
stop
can't see
spoiling
it.
all the magic.
Oh, I'm spoiling the movie magic.
Yeah,
All
you're
right,
killing
guys.
it. The perception's
Well,
everything. They got to think we're in our
perception
mansions right now. The Lamborghini parked
perception
out
is
front.
everything.
Right.
That's a great segue into what we're talking about. Um,
Next week
because
I'll be in
Brian,
Japan.
ooh, excited. Give us that episode update.
We'll work on
But
that.
Brian, my dream job has always been old timey ad man.
Oh
Old
yeah?
timey ad man is the pinnacle of white privilege, of male privilege, of walking into a room and being like, "What you need's a jingle. I'm gonna give you a little razzmatazz. How about
Right.
you give me $5,000?"
Hell yeah.
That's what I was born to do. I was born to sell bullshit to idiots with too much money.
Yeah. Oh,
But
okay.
I missed the window, and now if you want to do that, you've got to sell supplements or get on the right wing manosphere. And
Well, it's funny,
I'm not.
they used to say you were a good salesman if you could sell ice to a polar bear, but now you might actually have an easy sell on your hands with global warming.
Yeah, the world has gotten particularly worse. Um, and we gotta blame somebody, and I think
Mm-hmm.
today we are gonna blame Edward Bernays.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah,
The
so we're gonna
famous
talk a little.
Bernays sauce inventor.
Yes, he invented Bernays sauce.
Right. Okay.
So go
Which is
ahead.
made
I
of
pulled up.
bear and nays, like nays from a
It's like
horse.
mayonnaise. It's like mayonnaise with bears in it.
Right.
That's how you get Bernays.
Free range.
Free range. Edward Bernays is the type of guy that would have would have invented the term free range when he meant
Oh.
we hired a local crazy man to kill these bears in the woods.
Yeah.
Um, we're just gonna get right into it. I was gonna pull some quotes into here, and thankfully somebody's already compiled these in a kind of slightly ominous shots of him staring into our souls.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so here's our first quote from Edward Bernays: "People want to go where they want to be led."
Yeah.
And let's pop over to our first image. So, kind of one of his first big images after some brief World War I service in more of a clerical position. He was a big health advocate, and he got his name in the papers for doing damaged goods, a vital drama of moral uplift in seven awe-inspiring parts.
Wait, she's tripping over some dents in the can or something right now? Is that what's happening?
Okay, so I did not watch this. I just got a summary of this. But so this play is a like morality play
Uh-huh.
about prostitution, condoms, and venereal diseases.
What? Oh,
So
damn. I
this
didn't know they were that
is
hip back then.
so there was a brief period in cinema, like when we were first figuring out movies, we went full raunchy and we were like, you know what the kids want? People fucking, and that's what we're gonna give them. And
Oh,
then
okay.
like movie executives in the 20s and 30s were like, all right, y'all, this is getting crazy. We're gonna censor the shit out of this. And we got really boring Hollywood movies for a while where they didn't even like kiss on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of weird rules. This is predating that. And Edward Bernays was the type of guy that wanted to show the real shit. He wanted scandalous. He wanted views, butts in seats.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Uh-huh.
but he also got a lot of credit from the medical establishment at the time because it was important for like the general public to know like, hey guys, condoms have come a long way. We figured out, something other than a sheep intestine.
Oh,
It
okay.
was a big deal.
Yeah.
Um, he was I believe he was like the editor for a um medical type magazine. He went to college for engineering but got drawn into journalism. Um And so he did his journalism work through this. He was a big advocate against corsets. He was pro showers.
Oh, pro showers.
Uh,
What a bold stance.
yeah, right.
Wow.
Some shit that you hear about where people were like, he was an amazing crusader for good.
Yeah, they're just
It's
trying to
like, what
make
did he
up
do?
things. Yeah, it's like, well, let's see. Well, he liked taking showers. He put deodorant on. Did he like deodorant too?
Yeah, he's a genius. And he's like, hey, y'all are stinky.
Sometimes when he
And
had
everybody was like,
sex, instead of putting
wow.
sheepskin condom on, he had synthetic rubber condoms that he used.
Yeah.
He even
Which all
reused them sometimes.
Which there is a weird overlap of just like, so you're just like really rich, huh?
Right.
Like, yeah, I take a shower every day. I get all the condoms I want. I'm having a great life. Don't put a corset on. That's just too much work for me.
Oh, right, right.
Um,
That's hilarious. Oh, God. Too
so
much work for me.
he was also a crazy communist conspiracy theorist from
Mm-hmm.
way back in the day because he was pro fluoride in the water.
Ah, okay.
So Edward Bernays like did some established good stuff
Right.
for like health of Americans. This is around like 1920s. The average American is a dirt farmer crawling to the city for his first job in a factory. Like we're a very nasty, dirty people. So this is necessary to tell people you should shower. Um, so
Interesting.
this
Yeah,
is
I
what
didn't
kind of gets
realize
his
that. I mean, it makes sense now. It tracks, though.
this is what kind of gets his name out there. And then his next big campaign that we're going to go ahead and pop over to the third image.
Real American breakfast. Oh, baby.
Real American breakfast.
Bacon and pancakes. That's it. Just bacon. Oh, and the coffee. I see. They got.
And coffee.
And then what's
And well,
the fourth cup? Is that whiskey or something?
I think that's the
Oh,
syrup.
that's the syrup. Yeah, 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 yeah. I was like, why does the cup look so weird?
So, Brian, I mean, what is like an American breakfast? Like different countries have kind of different styles. Like if you're having a breakfast, what are you having?
I'm thinking I always think like yeah, maybe pancakes and then like a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit, biscuits. That's the thing that
I feel like, uh, okay, I'm judging a little. I feel like that's a very McDonald's answer.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, hey.
But so real American breakfast, bacon and pancakes.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes there's waffles. Sometimes there's waffles. There's a
Eh,
little change in there, but this is the real American breakfast that he's pushing.
right.
Which
Why? Who's
I
this
do,
for?
huh?
Is this not for McDonald's? Who's it for?
This is for everybody. This is for
Ah,
Americans.
I got you.
Go ahead and
Yeah,
go to
yeah,
the
yeah.
next. Go ahead and go to the next slide. There's plenty of these like real American
Wait,
breakfasts.
what? Is that
This is
canned
an
bacon?
this is an advertisement for canned bacon, Brian.
I mean, I
Do
fuck
you
with bacon
remember?
hard, but
Do you remember the craze
Whew.
of bacon everything, bacon lip gloss, bacon fucking scented highlighters?
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
This was that. This
Bacon
was that.
salt.
This was Edward Bernays got a job for Beechnut canned bacon and canned ham and was like, these motherfuckers are going to be eating bacon every morning if I've got anything to say about it.
That
It's
is
not just
too much. Canned
canned
bacon.
bacon.
Yeah, that's too far.
That is
That's an
that's
abomination.
that's why we love bacon, Brian. That's why it's part of breakfast. This used to just be a whenever food.
You could just lick the
You
edges
know,
of the can when you're done, dude. Get all that good old
oh
grease.
God. Oh
Mm.
God. I've got one more image for the beech nut bacon. That's not a creepy old man.
Yeah, that is
He's
a
not even
terrible image
smiling.
for it too. They're like, and you know what? We need the worst looking model you've ever seen.
No. I
It's
give,
like that
give me
guy.
an old man
That guy
that
eats
eats gonna
canned
eat.
bacon.
He eats 12 strips of canned bacon every morning.
Hell
That's the
yeah.
pinnacle of health for a 40-year-old man in
Does he
America.
have the full handkerchief going on? You can't even see his shoulders.
I think
That's how
so because
disgusting
he's
he
the type
is.
of man that's well obviously back in the day he's a busy man. He doesn't have time to heat this up. So he's eating the bacon, the whole can of bacon just straight off the plate.
He's about
But
to
he's a
get some
gentleman.
some people to fucking hand feed it to him while he sits there like this. That's what it looks like.
A real American
Like
breakfast.
when men
But
were
please,
men.
the pinnacle of manliness right there. This is 40 years old. He's had his third grandkid and his second
He's
stroke.
just like, just feed me the canned bacon at this point. Fuck it.
Dip the can into my mouth, Margaret. All right, please get
Oh,
off. Go to the next beech nut bacon ad.
that guy, he has nothing left to lose. He's seen it all. Bake your
Make your
beech nut.
beech nut bacon. Which,
What?
again, why
Where
do they
you
have
at?
to advertise this? Why are they like, hey, you fucking rubes?
Some made up
You know when
place
you
in New
open
York.
up, you know when you open up your cold can of bacon, you
Yeah.
can heat it up and it'll be even better. It's like people who are like, oh, spam's disgusting. And it's like, have you ever had spam? It was like, yeah, I opened up a can and I took out the meat blob and I took a big bite. It's
Right.
gross. It's like, well, that's all kinds of wrong, bud.
They're not going to tell
You're
you
an
how
idiot.
long or at what degree. They're like, they'll figure it out. We give them the building
Fake it.
blocks. They'll figure it out. They got to cook it to their desire. Or they'll blame us, right? They'll be like, we want a refund. We did it exactly like you said.
All right, and then sorry to make you do so much work today, but we're hopping around. Go back to Real American
Jesus.
Breakfast
Oh, okay. I guess I
because
could
I
do
want to
that.
talk about this a little.
I'm just gonna bill you later, so it doesn't matter to me.
Oh God, my tech fees are astronomical,
Right.
and like 30% of it is like, Brian, I muted myself. Where is it?
How do I turn
Is
up
it
the
here?
volume on this video?
How?
Well,
No,
that
but
that one
so
is kind of bullshit, though. That's bullshit. Hey, if Discord, stop hiding volume button places inside of Windows, okay?
volumes should be static, okay? I should
Yeah.
not have to have a little pop-up bar for my volume.
Access them all in one spot. But anyways.
But so Real American Breakfast. Before the 1920s and before this big campaign, most Americans ate a light breakfast or no breakfast. The breakfast debate has actually been going on for literally thousands of years. You can go back to like 1200 medieval France, and they're having this debate about like,
Oh
should you
God.
wake up and have breakfast so you can work harder in the day, or is breakfast indulgent and only kids should eat
Uh,
breakfast? It's it's all this weird bullshit that we invent. Brian,
right.
both of us are kind of skinnier guys. Like, how many times have you? I've really felt guilty of being like, shit, I should have eaten breakfast.
Uh, I mean, a couple times, I guess.
I mean,
Depends
I'm
on
not
what you're
saying it's
doing.
dominated my life, but
Right.
I have that thought of like, oh, I should have eaten breakfast.
Yeah.
Edward Edward Bernays went around to a few thousand doctors and had them sign a bullshit pledge that's one of those weaselly. Do you think that potentially eating breakfast could potentially have good results?
Ah,
And the doctors were like, well, shit, Eddie, if you're going to give me $100, yeah, I can say yes to that.
right. Yeah.
And Edward Bernays pioneered the idea of this breakfast is the most important meal of the day. This was the origin of the ads for breakfast cereals. This is the reason
Hmm.
that you're like, your parents wanted you to drink a glass of milk every
I was gonna
morning
say,
for
did he do the
breakfast,
milk
you know?
campaign too? Because that was
He
widely
didn't
successful.
he didn't do the milk campaign. That was after his time. But he was one of the first people to really push this idea of um, creating the want instead of fulfilling a need of being like, oh, people need cups. The idea of I'm going to make novelty cups that people want that are special and different because of my branding. All
Huh.
right, slide past the breakfast. I mean, breakfast, that's pretty innocuous.
Right.
He's an ad guy. He makes stuff. Yeah. This next one is
Eh,
his big campaign.
what?
Women are free. An ancient prejudice has been removed. And toasting
Toasting
did
did it?
it.
What?
Toasting did it.
It's
So when you
toasted.
toast the tobacco, it makes it smoother, more delicious, and 30% more freedom for you.
What? I didn't
It's
even
crazy how
notice.
that math works out.
What the fuck? That's crazy. Ain't no way.
So,
This guy is wildin'.
so he got involved with Lucky
Lucky
Strike
Strike
cigarettes.
cigarettes.
Um, there was
American intelligence in the chain? What the fuck? And is that
I
is that
didn't
supposed to be like
recognize the American intelligence.
Daniel Boone sitting on the world on the right there? Is that supposed to be?
So there's another image with just the arm
Wait, wait,
breaking the
wait, wait,
chain
wait.
in
Why is there
color.
a dude holding a whip yelling at his wife and his wife and child though? You see that? That's kind of crazy.
Okay, so this is in 1920s. Lucky
19.
Strike hires Edward Bernays because they've ran into two issues.
Mm-hmm.
One, women don't smoke as much as men because of societal pressures. And two, women don't smoke Lucky Strikes because it's an ugly green color and it clashes with their fashion.
What? Wait.
What?
Huh.
What's the issue? What?
Huh. I
This is
mean,
about women's freedom.
yeah, I was like, and so how does that tie into women's suffrage though? I don't. Or wait,
So, women traditionally
wait.
didn't smoke and men
I'm
smoked.
thinking.
And
Oh, so they're making it. Oh, I see. I see.
right. See, smoking is
I was
pro
I was
women.
thinking the wrong thing when I read that ad.
What were you thinking?
That's why I was like, I thought it, for some reason I thought this was like a women's suffrage ad at first when I had first, and I completely
No, you're
misinterpreted.
correct. No, that's what you're supposed to think.
Oh, okay.
It's directly tied to the women's suffragette movement to sell
Ah,
cigarettes to women.
gotcha.
Because
Misleading
so
branding.
women's suffrage right up there. Another big issue is the green color that they use for Lucky Strikes is like not appealing to women, and that's what Edward Bernays is tackling:
Right. Okay.
suffragette and fashion,
Gotcha.
equally important. Um, this campaign was called Torches of Freedom, and the idea was that women were being empowered by smoking. And what he did to make a big show of this is he ended up hiring about 30 women, and he specifically wrote this out of I wanted pretty women, but not too pretty women,
Okay.
to
Okay.
walk down Main Street smoking cigarettes in a group. And he had the press out there taking photos as this big empowerment movement. And that
Right.
what they were selling to the press is like, oh, these are just 30 random plucky gals who got together and said they are gonna smoke,
Right. They don't care
not
what
paid
no
actors.
man thinks.
Right. Um, and this was incredibly successful.
It's
Um,
crazy.
Women's smoking rates went up from like 5 to 13% in like 5 years.
Mm.
On the packaging side, so have you heard of Duke University?
Yeah.
That guy, the guy that started Duke, he was a tobacco magnate who owned, I think at the time, owned
What?
like
I didn't know that.
90%. Yeah, he owned like 90% of the tobacco. He cornered the market on the automatic tobacco machines in what, the
Ah.
early or late 1800s. So
Yeah.
if you had like a pre-rolled cigarette, it came from Duke.
Gotcha.
Um, and he was like, "Damn it, Eddie! I've already printed up 1 million boxes of these bright green Lucky Strikes. What are we gonna do?" And so Edward Bernays went out and hired fashion designers and paid them and like, "Hey, you got a show coming up next year? I want you to make it Lucky Strike green. Whatever dress is like your centerpiece, Lucky Strike green. I want
No
every woman to
way.
want to wear this color."
Right.
And it was wildly successful again. Lucky Strikes soared in popularity specifically with women.
Huh.
Go ahead and pop on
So
the
he
next
did,
one.
and he, that's crazy. Huh. Interesting. Still
This is just
taking it in.
another one here.
Oh, yeah, it's the same thing again. What the fuck?
Yeah. So and it's weird.
There are so
It's
like, yeah, I don't understand the American intelligence. Like, I don't get what they're getting at. They're saying if you're dumb, you're not going to break the chain between you and not
yes,
smoking cigarettes. You look
yes,
stupid if you're not
exactly.
smoking cigarettes.
Yes, you get it.
Okay. That's, huh.
Famously,
The people are like, man, that
chain
definitely
breaking.
wants me to smoke cigarettes because I don't want to look like a dumbass in front of people.
I would
Wow.
hate to have something chained to me all the time that I'm stuck with. I should start smoking. Uh, I do want to briefly mention. So it is weird that the American intelligence
What?
things keeps coming up.
I like how
I wrote it down somewhere
the cigarettes are always
because
poking out of the pack so weird too. It's like some Illuminati shit right there.
there's definitely something in there. Um,
I can't see it.
yeah, so he did in World War One. He was part of the
And toasting did
committee
it again.
of he was part of the Committee of Public Intelligence, which was a branch of basically America's intelligence services.
Huh. During all of this or after, or do you know?
During World War One, um, and
Okay.
then like he was a guy that wasn't in the army, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Right.
he's weirdly involved in the army later on, and that's going to come up at the end. Um,
This guy
but we're
does sound
not going
like
to
a
get into
great
that stuff.
salesman, though. I'm not gonna
Go ahead and
lie.
go to the next one. Oh, fantastic salesman. So yeah,
Oh yeah, there's some
here's some of the
examples.
green gala. Oh, zoom in on the left picture. This was also one of his pioneering tools too, because Edward Bernays is a marketing genius. Look at that left poster, and I want you to tell me what that poster's about. Read it out loud.
Let's see. Is this you 5 years from now? Reach for a lucky instead. What, to lose weight? That's
When tempted to
crazy.
overindulge, reach for a lucky instead. Edward Bernays did pioneer cigarettes make women skinny.
And your throat protection against irritation, against cough. Smoking cigarettes, that's what's going to make your throat feel better. Let me tell you about it. Hey.
What you need to do, dress up like your favorite cigarette pack, walk down the street smoking a cigarette instead of eating, and
Right.
that'll make you a free lady.
Yeah. That's what you need to
So,
do. It's toasted.
so I'm so cynical about all of this because coming out of this, especially with the weight loss thing, I realize this is a product of his times, but it's hard for me to believe that Edward Bernays really cared about feminism and women's rights. So I do want to talk about this about his wife. I think this is the next one is a picture of him and his wife Doris Fleisch. Oh, this is we'll give a quote by him. Go ahead and go back. We are governed, our minds are molded, our taste formed, our ideas suggested. Every quote by him is so ominous and creepy. He did write a book called Propaganda. Yeah. On to the next one. Go back one. Was there one in between? Oh yeah. I did. That's not his wife. That's not his wife. This is just an ad from the Duke Cigarette Corporation that I ran across, and I just fucking loved it because like Giddy Gold is definitely she does some type of bike roller derby in like Salt Lake City, and Guinea Gold is hilarious. You got to go see her. She does a brunch that's hilarious. I don't know. I just love this style of like 20s women suffragette. Uh, the the bicycle was also a big thing back then too. That's super rebellious of women riding bikes. It's not about the bike though. You just need to know that she's on a bike so that you know she's a rebel. Double rebel. Yeah. And showing leg. Like there's that that poster definitely got stolen out of a little general store and hung up in a 12-year-old kid's bedroom. But like behind the door so his parents couldn't see it. All right. All right. And so this is him and his wife. His wife, Doris Fleischman, was um, big in the early feminist women rights movement. And her big thing was women don't need to take their husband's last name when they get married. Yeah. 3 years after they got married, she took his last name. Next slide. Uh, we won't. We're not talking about her, and we won't judge her except for being married to Edward Bernays. Here's another quote: "PR must create news in order to appeal to the instincts and fundamental emotions of the public." 1923. This is the father of PR. His writings are fundamental to how we advertise. Moving on. Oh wait. Did you skip one there? I think oh okay. We'll go back. All right. This gentleman right here. What's your first thoughts? Does he look friendly? Does he look fun? Is he that type of guy that you'd want to have a beer with? That is President Calvin Coolidge. And Edward Bernays was hired to make Calvin Coolidge seem like a human being and relatable to people and not like a creepy robot. And he did it. That's how good he is. Uh so yeah, so after Lucky Strike, he did a presidential campaign. Go to the next one. Um, yeah, this was just the weirdest picture that I could find of him. Um, so, yeah, so this is William O'Dwyer. He was the mayor of New York City, and we're really just bringing him up because Edward Bernays helped out on his political campaign when he was running for mayor. And yeah, well, he helped Coolidge first, and then this mayor of. So he's um, and the cigarette guy that he was with, Duke, was very influential. He was one of the biggest businessmen in the country. So he got hired to help William O'Dwyer out, and he gave William O'Dwyer some really, you know, great advice, the kind that you only get from a brilliant ad man like Edward Bernays. Edward Bernays advised William O'Dwyer in New York City, hey, so you know, in case you weren't aware, Willie, the Jews don't like this Hitler fella. Don't, whatever you do, talk about how you like Hitler or the Nazis. That is real advice that he gave to William O'Dwyer. Do you know what year? Do you know what fucking year it was? Guess what year? Because World War II, well, 40 to 45. Nazis were a big deal in the early 40s. 1946. The election was in September of 1945, and I think World War II ended in Europe like 4 months ago. Oh, how would that be something that you have to tell fucking anybody? Of like, hey, you know that Hitler fella that we just lost thousands of American soldiers to defeat? And you know those fucking concentration camps we just found out about? Yeah, don't mention those positively, Willie. Like I think you might. Yeah, he fucking won. We love horrible people. Yeah, we fucking love monsters. Yeah. Moving on. It's so weird. Yeah, so let's just no time for you. Modern businesses must have its finger continuously on the public pulse. It must understand the changes in the public mind and be prepared to interpret itself fairly and eloquently to changing opinion. Right? You got to go with the flow about this. All right, next. So you remember how earlier we were talking about how he did a lot of health stuff, like taking showers? What are you thinking? What are your instant thoughts on this? You're making a face. Yeah, right? Read it out loud. Read it. And so this is think of soda fountains from back in the day. See. So, and what's the picture? So that's very important. It's yeah, pretty much it's a woman death, which death is a man, right? So this is the closest I could find, and this is one of those infuriating things. I could find people quoting one line from a source, but I can't find the source. Edward Bernays ran a campaign for Dixie paper cups, and he used imagery of overflowing vaginas paralleled to soda cups to show disease. So there's this weird relation of soda cups are like vaginas. Gross. I don't want to put my face anywhere near a vagina. What about you, straight fellas? So there's this weird it's it's this weird anti-women undertone of like women are gross. And like if you change out the word lips for dicks, it gets a little weird and it sounds like an incel rant. You know what I mean? It's like, why are you making this so weird? Like you've got a weird hang up. But we've been talking about some weird stuff that gives me some bad vibes about just some bad vibes about Edward Bernays. How are you feeling? Man, I mean, we both hang out in a lot of nerdy spaces too. I love somebody that's pro shower, but everything else after that kind of lost me. All right, let's see if we can bring it around. Edward, you're right. What's the next idea you got? Fun. Yeah, we're not even going to break it down. Moving on. Brian, have you ever seen mashed bananas? No. Mashed bananas in a can. Now, you can understand that Americans in the 40s were going absolutely bananas for these mashed bananas. So, I mean, Brian, what do you think would happen? I mean, I can tell you what would happen right now. If I went to my store and they didn't have mashed bananas, I'd probably, in a can, I would probably have to riot, I think. I think if I didn't have access to continuous mashed bananas, that might destabilize our democracy. Don't you agree? Yeah, Edward Bernays agrees. By the can. Edward Bernays agrees. Go to the next slide. And let's see if you recognize. Yeah, Chiquita's in there too. United Fruit Company. So in the 50s, oh, this is a spoof sticker. This isn't them. Uh, in the 50s, he signed up with United Fruit Company to run psyops inside of Venezuela to get them to over. Yeah. So he was a huge part in this. He was a linchpin. He organized the public media at home to convince people that the dictator in Venezuela, he had been overthrown by the people. Um, and they had installed a workers' party. Um, Edward Bernays went to all of his buddies that owned all the newspapers and was like, hey, that guy's a communist. I want every paper in America, everything written about him to say he's a dirty communist and he's going to do all that dirty communism stuff to Venezuela. Unless somebody stops him. I don't know who. I'm just saying somebody should do something. Um, so he was instrumental in organizing the overthrow of Venezuela's democratically elected governor for a right wing puppet of the U.S. that was in there for a decade and then overthrown again. So it's for mashed bananas. Yes. Yeah, and it's like, oh no, actually we're oh yeah, all the papers tomorrow are gonna say you're the biggest communist and you love Karl Marx. Wow, cringe. So yeah, that's Edward Bernays. he got Calvin Coolidge elected and made him seem fun and relatable. This guy's a menace. So yeah, that's my little bit on Edward Bernays, and I'm saying this on 9/14/2025 for no reason. This is unrelated to anything because I haven't read the news in a while. But you know, Brian, we should probably watch out for these unhinged right-wing political talking heads. You know, like, hey, they're just talking. It's like, no, actually, what they're doing is endangering democracy. So fuck them. All right. Well, I think that that's a great note to end on. Do you have anything to add, Brian? All right. Thank you, everybody. That has been and Mason podcast. We'll see you guys next time.